Captain's log. Stardate 134 of the fourth soul since departure from Earth. There is someone among us. I do not know who, but I can feel it. Someone's looking to pick us off one at a time and feast on our flesh. It started 2 days ago, when the lights went out on the station. I went to go and deal with the problem, but Carl insisted that he come with me. He was always a stubborn one, but this was just abnormal. It was a routine fix. The lights go out all the time. As I was fixing the lights, though, I could feel something. An ominous presence, like someone was breathing down my back. It was inhuman, to say the least. I thought it was Carl playing a prank on me, but when I looked back, he didn't seem the least bit suspicious. Merely standing there waiting for me to finish fixing the lights. But when Carl and I returned to our quarters, we found a body, shot through the head. It was Sandy. We immediately called an emergency hearing, but everyone immediately feigned ignorance. Of course, nobody would admit that they were the killer. Why would they? They would be thrown into the lava as quickly as possible. Not to mention, everyone had an alibi. Reluctantly, we were forced to wait for the next move, but as we waited, everything slowly started falling apart. The tasks began to pile on, and headquarters started demanding us to complete them. We had no choice but to keep going, despite this creature, this thing, following us. My suspicions are on Carl, but I don't know whether I should be grateful or scared that I was spared by him. Or did he merely walk away in the cover of darkness to kill Sandy when I was preoccupied with fixing the lights? I know there was something behind me. Someone. Captain's log. Stardate 135 of the fourth soul since departure from Earth. Carl is dead. We found him with 4 knife wounds in his back. Poor fellow didn't even have a chance to resist. We all split up to complete our tasks, and he went to the oxygen production room with Steve and Jane. I went to the communications area with Jack and Ashley, but Jack branched off towards the weapons room. Ashley worked outside on the Tesla coils. George went alone to the specimen room, but then the lights went out, and the missile arrays suddenly became armed. By the time we fixed the missile problem in the lights, we realized Carl was missing. We looked for him, and he was dead. Was it Steve, or was it Jane? They both left together with Carl, but surely they would have both died if one of them did. They're both pointing fingers at each other, but I still don't know. George himself is quite suspicious, going off by himself. If I can even call him George. We had to vote someone out. Someone had to die. We picked Steve. We dropped him into the lava pits as he cursed us for betraying him and his trust. I'm sorry, friend. We had no other choice. To save the lives of the many, this is what it takes. Or has to be one of us. Jack's alibi was that he was performing tasks in the laboratory, but I saw him and he was just standing there, staring at the telescope. We voted him out promptly, despite his disapproval. Captain's log. Stardate 136 of the fourth soul since departure from Earth. George is dead. Only 3 of us remain. George bitten clean in half by whatever it was killing us. Steve's death was in vain, but there's still one chance for us to redeem ourselves. The killer is one of us. Ashley's alibi was that she was performing tasks in the library, but I saw her and she was just standing there. We voted her out promptly. It couldn't have been Jane, Jack, or I, as we were both together at the same time. Captain's log. Stardate 137 of the fourth soul since departure from Earth. They're all dead. Every last one. Jane was stabbed in the face by something. Jack immediately accused me. He grabbed the nearby wrench and started approaching me. I was going to die. I had no choice but to defend myself. I pulled out my gun and I shot him. I didn't have a choice. I'm the only one left now. I have to go. Maybe Earth will have more people that I can save from this cruel fate.